Okay, so let's proceed with the next sample problem. So we have problem 6 to 10 remaining for the SFM. So for problem 6, an equipment cost 50,000 pesos today and its salvage value is 15,000 after 4 years. We need to calculate its total depreciation at year 3 with 3% interest rate. So for the remaining problems, we will not be writing the given anymore. We'll just proceed with the unknown for every problem and then direct with its solutions. Okay, so for this problem, it is said that the given is 50,000, 15,000 after 4 years, and then we need to calculate the total depreciation at year 3 with 3% interest rate. So the unknown for this problem is the total depreciation value or yung capital letter D natin at year 3. So meaning to say our unknown is D sub 3. So, using the formula, D sub 3 is equal to 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 multiplied by CO minus CL all over 1 plus I raised to L minus 1. And then substituting with the given values, we have 1 plus 0.03 for 3% raised to n na year 3 minus 1 multiplied by the initial cost na 50,000 pesos minus the salvage value na 15,000 pesos all over 1 plus 3% or 0.03 raised to its useful life na 4 years minus 1. Yeah. Okay, so you proceed with the calculation and then you should have the final answer, which is 25,858 pesos and 30 centavos, meaning to say the total depreciation of the equipment at year 3 is 25,858 pesos and 30 centavos. Okay, so next problem, we have problem 7. A machine was bought 395,000 pesos and the scrap value is 23,495 after 43 years. So the problem asks us to calculate its total depreciation at year 7 with 4.5% interest rate. So meaning to say, we need to find the total depreciation ulit or the capital letter D, but this time it's for year 7 or the unknown is D sub 7. So we'll be using the same formula. We have D sub n is equal to 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 multiplied by CO minus CL all over 1 plus I raised to L minus 1. And then substituting with the given, we have 1 plus 4.5% or 0.045 raised to 7 minus 1 multiplied by the initial cost 395,000 pesos minus the scrap value or another term for salvage value, which is 23,495 pesos all over 1 plus 4.5% or 0.045 raised to its useful life na 43 years minus 1. Yan. So, it's quite long, but you can use your calculator to solve. So, you can pause this video and hopefully you try solving this one. And you should get the final answer, which is this one, 23,780 pesos and 66 centavos, or the total depreciation of the machine at year 7 is 23,780 pesos and 66 centavos. So for the next problem, we have problem number 8. Okay, so next, okay, wait lang. Yan. So, our next problem is still using sinking fund method. So, for problem number 8, yan, a bedroom cost 25,000 pesos. Its estimated scrap value is 12,500 pesos after 2 years. So, solve for the depreciation per year with 2.5% interest rate. Yan. So, we have a new set of questions. For this problem, we were asked to find the depreciation per year. So, di ba sabi natin, if the problem asks for the depreciation per year, it means that it is asking for the annual depreciation value, or the small letter D. And so, we'll use the formula D is equal to C sub 0 minus C sub L multiplied by I all over 1 plus I raised to L minus 1. So, for the solution, let's just substitute the given value. So, we'll have D is equal to 25,000 pesos, or the initial cost, minus 12,500 pesos, which is the estimated salvage value, multiplied by the given interest rate na 2.5% or 0.025 all over 1 plus 0.025 raised to its useful life given na 2 years minus 1. Okay, so you can use your calculator to solve and find the final answer. So, for this problem, the final answer will be 6,172 pesos and 84 centavos, meaning to say that this bedroom will have a depreciation of 6,172.84 pesos every year, or si bedroom natin will decrease its value amounting to 6,172 pesos and 84 centavos. And then we have our problem number 9. So, a TV set cost 100,000 pesos with estimated scrap value of 10,000 pesos after 3 years. So, once again, we were asked to solve the depreciation per year given 7.22% interest rate. So, again, this time, ang hinahanap natin was the small letter D, si annual depreciation. Yan. So, we need to find letter D, and then we'll be using the same formula just like on problem number 8. So, the formula will be D is equal to C sub 0 minus C sub L multiplied by I all over 1 plus I raised to L minus 1. And then, evaluate using the given values from the given problem. So, that will be D is equal to 100,000 pesos or our initial cost minus the salvage value or scrap value na 10,000 pesos multiplied by the given interest rate 7.22% or 0.0722 in decimal all over 1 plus 0.0722 raised to its useful life na 3 years. Yan, 3 years minus 1. So, using our calculators, we can now have the final answer, which is 27,934 pesos and 58 centavos. So, once again, yung TV cost natin will depreciate by 27,934 pesos and 58 centavos every year or annually. Okay, so we have one remaining problem for SFM. Again, if you are having a hard time, if medyo fast-paced yung video recording natin, you can pause the video and then you can try solving in your own using your calculators. So, for the last problem, okay, an equipment costs 65,000 pesos today and its salvage value is 25,000 pesos after 6 years. So, we need to calculate its book value. Yan. So, book value naman yung hinahanap for this problem. At year 5 with 8% interest rate. Okay, so yung our book value is denoted as C sub n. Diba? So the question here is to calculate the book value at year 5. So in order to find the book value, we need to solve first the depreciation at year 5 or CD sub 5. Ayan. How much will it depreciate at year 5? So the formula, we have D sub n is equal to 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 multiplied by C sub O minus C sub L all over 1 plus I raised to L minus 1. And then, next step is to substitute the given values. So, we have 1 plus are given na 8% or 0.08 raised to n or yung 5 since we are looking for the value at year 5 minus 1 multiplied by the first cost na 65,000 pesos minus the salvage value 25,000 pesos all over 1 plus 0.08 interest raised to its useful life na 6 years minus 1. So, calculating it, we now have the value of the depreciation at year 5, which is 31,988.25. What does it mean? So, it just means that the equipment after 5 years will depreciate by 31,988.25. Now, the question is, how much will be its remaining value? So, ito na yung part that we will be solving for the book value at year 5. The book value is the remaining value after the initial cost will have its deduction. So, C5 is just simply the first cost, C sub 0 minus D sub 5. So our given initial cost is 65,000 pesos minus our computed depreciation at year 5, which is 31,988.25 pesos. So meaning to say, the equipment will have a book value of 33,011 pesos and 68 centavos. Yan. So, yan na lang yung remaining value niya after 5 years. So, if you have been okay with this video, you can now proceed with the next part.